Back in 2008, I was having a conversation with this white guy about the upcoming famine. And he told me that the government was regulating how much farmers could grow. And they would take them to jail or probably take their property if they found out that they were producing more than what the regulations say. But as I said, I had this conversation with this man back in 2008. Well, here's a report coming from Washington in August of 2019. It says that farmers prevented from planting crops on more than 19 million acres. Now, why would they do that when there is world hunger, people are starving, and you're going to regulate on how much a farmer can grow? In this article, it says that the Biden administration will pay farmers more money not to farm. The goal is to add 4 million acres of farmland to the Conservation Reserve Program, which takes land out of production to blunt agriculture's environmental impact. The prices of food is going up. And you say that there's a food shortage. But you fail to mention that you have prevented farmers from farming. And you're going to pay them not to farm. And I've been telling people for years is that the time is going to come when money is just going to be scarce. And food is going to be scarce, jobs. So you have to learn how to produce your own food, because I think they will let you grow enough for yourself. If they catch you producing over what you have, like you're going to sell, what you have, then here comes the government trying to shut you down. But what is happening in the world today reminds me of a story in the Bible, in Genesis, when there was a famine that was swiftly approaching. Now, to help you better understand what I'm saying, let's look at Genesis. Now, when you start in Genesis 41, it is talking about this dream that Pharaoh had. It disturbed him. So he called up Joseph so that he could interpret this dream. Now, this is what Joseph revealed to him about that dream. You look at verse 29, it says, "There will come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt," which we know is America. It goes on to read that, "But after them there will arise 7 years of famine, and all the plenty will be forgotten in the land of Egypt. The famine will consume the land, and the plenty will be unknown in the land by reason of the famine that will follow. For it will be very severe." Although they keep saying that the economy is getting better, all you have to do is ride around and you'll see people living up on the bridges, freeways, wherever they can. But yet and still they say the economy is getting better. And the doubling of Pharaoh's dream means that the thing is fixed by God, and God will shortly bring it about. Now therefore, let Pharaoh select a discerning and wise man and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh proceed to appoint overseers over the land and take 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt during the 7 plentiful years, and let them gather up all the food of these good years that are coming and store up grain under the authority of Pharaoh for food in the cities, and let them keep it. That food shall be reserved for the land against the 7 years of famine that are to occur in the land of Egypt, so that the land may not perish through famine." See, they knew a famine was coming, and while things was good, they taxed them. And then they stored up their storehouse, but didn't tell people anything because people lived their lives like they normally do, wasteful. So when the famine had spread all over the land, Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold to the Egyptians, for the famine was severe in the land. Moreover, all the earth came to Egypt to Joseph to buy grain, because the famine was severe all over the earth. It says, now there was no food in all the land, for the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished by the reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan in exchange for the grain that they bought. And when the money was all spent in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, give us food. Why should we die before your eyes? For our money is gone. And Joseph answered, give your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock, if your money is gone. So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for horses, the flocks, the herds, the donkeys. He supplied them with the food in exchange for all their livestock that year. And when that year was ended, they came to him the following year and said to him, we will not hide from my Lord that our money is all spent. The herds of livestock are my Lord's. There is nothing left in the sight of my Lord but our bodies and our land. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for food, and we with our land will be servants to Pharaoh. And give us seed that we may live and not die, and that the land may not be desolate. So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. For all the Egyptians sold their fields because the famine was so severe on them. And the land became Pharaoh's. As for the people, he made servants of them, from one end of Egypt to the other. It says, only the land of the priests he did not buy, for the priests had a fixed allowance from Pharaoh, and lived on the allowance that Pharaoh gave them. Therefore, they did not sell their land. When I read this, I see the same things happening today. Price of food are going sky high. The price of living is going sky high. But the jobs, there are no jobs for the average people that are amongst us. Now, if you're high-tech minded, well, you might can get you a little something. But for the hands-on people of this land, you stuck out. When they start these campaigns about we buy ugly houses, I say that's not a good idea, because I don't care what type of house you live in, it's your house. You will never be able to get another house for the money that they're going to give you. I don't care if it's a raggedy house. So you're going to end up on the streets, because sooner or later, your money is going to run out. And then when your money runs out, what are you going to do? Get on welfare. And they are getting stiff about allowing people to get on welfare. And I keep saying, the job market is bad. So after you sold your home, you have nowhere to stay, no jobs. Afterwards, watch the government come through with all these different jobs after people have sold everything they have and will have to work for the government. So what I'm saying here is that this particular famine that we are having on earth is being orchestrated by some people. I don't try to put myself over anybody, but there are some people on this earth that want to exalt themselves over everyone. They want to look out and see people working Why they do nothing? When they saw people were closing this wealth gap, especially in America, where they figured out a way to get that money back, raising up taxes, cutting out jobs, stopping farmers from growing food. Since this pandemic happened, the food is terrible. You go to these, especially fast food restaurants, and I don't know why people still go to those. You got to ask if the stuff is fresh. You got to ask for ketchup, ask for napkins. That doesn't make sense. You go to stores in these vegetable departments, very rarely, if at all, will you find foods that have seeds in, like grapes. All the grapes you buy now are seedless grapes. They take the seeds out so you cannot produce for yourself. I think up here in Switzerland or somewhere, there's this seed bank where all seed producing plants, they put these seeds up in this vault. Now, why would they do that? What are they expecting to happen? Me and my oldest brother were having this talk about America. And I just told him, I said, man, I don't think America is going to recover. Oh, man, yes, it is. Because he believes in his place. But the handwriting is on the wall that America is on the downfall. Now, whether it's going to be China or some other country that's going to be the next world power, that's what's going to happen. But America, as a world power, is no more. Now, America might have all these weapons or whatever, but what good is all these weapons? You kill up everybody. Now, who's going to do the work? So, I don't really believe that they're going to do anything like that. But you just never know, because you have people that are doing some strange things a day. So for these mass shootings. So my suggestion is that people better learn some farming skills. You have to learn how to take care of yourself, because you cannot depend on the government to take care of you. Who are they taking care of? Especially in America. America does not believe in taking care of their own, and they'll go abroad, Ukraine, these different places, and help them. But the people in this land that are begging for help, and that they know needs the help, gets no help. The things that are happening, not only in America, but around this land, all across this land, however you want to put it, the people allowed it to happen. The oppression is going on across this planet. The people are responsible for allowing it to happen. You have these leaders that are good talkers and convince you that the best thing for you to do is let the government take care of you, because you're too stupid and dumb to know how to take care of yourself. And all I'm saying is, stop proving them right.